if I've clicked on two things, what on earth is going to happen?
Not ran out of pitch before we got anything going through. So, right, we are streaming.
We are streaming.
We are streaming.
Hello.
It is a nice...
4 is now the date, yes.
It is 12:44. Great ships don't sail west to do anything. Although maybe the one day we will take out Norway.
Take this Norway to Cuba.
No. Doesn't he take out like that?
Okay.
Not like that. Right. So, we now have fairly substantial holdings in like modern day Turkey and Iran, I think. What the hell are you doing there? I feel this is a very valid question.
You could ask it out on a diet.
Thank you.
Doesn't make any sense, does it?
No.
It's just in the crossword earlier.
It's true, right.
And I'll forget what it means again when it's
Yes. Parliament. Or meeting place, strictly. Limited Crown Authority in England. Fine, whatever. Ooh, people are leaving the Defensive Act against me.
Right, well.
Yes!
Are you on the right colours? It's very dark.
I think
This is night time.
Her night time colours.
Okay, right.
Yes, I know my night
So
time.
while the stream is I think still in normal colours because that happens before the display recalibration. The television is in not making Verity think it's the middle of the day colours. So, pretty much the whole of the Iberian Peninsula has dropped out.
Yes. Let's just check a few things. So I've got 60,000 of your Earth troops. Yes. I know I was feeling pretty studly and then right, so Norway then, USA. Oh yeah, what I was going to check was I don't currently have a
Right, is one building.
Yes.
So like, as long as it exists by the time you finish
Northampton. I think it's in Dorset.
So when you said yes, you meant, oh yes.
Yes.
We're building a new castle in Dorset, right?
Right. Since we're waiting, let's see if I can start a new castle going there. I might lose it on whatever, but so right, obvious targets are most of the Iberian.
So you get things highlighted correctly.
Yeah, most of the Iberian Peninsula, possibly Poland.
The
Papacy. I don't think I've got any geared claimants.
Well, no, you can't. If you want to get a claim on the papacy, I think the only way to do it is by raising an anti-pope.
It's true.
Oh, you can get claims on things held by the papacy.
Yeah, but I don't think I can deliberately raise my own anti-pope.
I think you can.
Oh, that's true. But
If
that,
you really want to.
yeah, but actually the thing is, I'm like going on crusade.
Yes. Well, that's fine. Once your anti-pope is pope, they can go on crusade. But yes.
So
I
we
think
have claim on a duchy. Opland. Do
I
we?
feel that in the current world you should be trying to get an entire realm of some sort.
Oh yeah. So you've only got a weak claim. You've only got a weak claim. Hang on, let's just check.
Are any of these against? Claim against the whole kingdom of Aragon. On behalf of a woman, I think. Who you can't, an unlanded. Don't you? That might not be a woman actually. You need to work out who that claimant is, because if they can be landed.
Let me just zip round the list. There's the Kingdom of Thuringia, but I think that was against the Holy Roman Empire, wasn't it? I'll come back to that in a bit. I can go after an emirate. He's in the Defensive Pact.
You do have claimants on both the Byzantine and Holy Roman empires, but that's not very helpful. Okay, so yes, you could totally pick whichever one of those you prefer to have as
He looks plausible. He's young.
king of Aragon. He's even matrilineal married with a Normandy.
Oh, that's good then. Yeah, I think we pick him.
So he will have to be landed before you finish the war.
But that's fine because that's due to come in like a few.
So that's I would say don't necessarily start this war without having a look around, but we have a good candidate.
Yeah.
In the form of Aragon. How big is Aragon anyway?
I've just lost Aragon.
Well, if you click on one of those claims, that should.
Oh yeah, good point. There we go.
So it's a weird scattering of bits all across Iberia. Yeah, it really is a weird scattering of bits all across Iberia.
And it's 2,500 states.
So what else do we have down there? Lusitania. Lusitania is a much more sensible shape.
Lusitania is a much more sensible shape. It's much more powerful and it's allied.
Essentially an alliance with Barcelona, which is the same size again.
Well, Barcelona is half its size.
And with Aquitaine, but he's your vassal.
So.
Oh no, Duke of Aquitaine.
The Duke of Aquitaine is there, but he's only like 1,000 people. So.
At the moment you really have a tiny.
I've got a claim on like a tiny bit of that.
You find a good claim. So Prince Munio of Lusitania has a strong claim on the kingdom, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's got a son. So there's the Steward of Lusitania, who also works. Prince of Lusitania, not so good.
And the Steward looks best in terms of not accidentally losing the running out of his line.
It's true. I mean, I could probably just about do both those wars.
Yeah, especially if you did Lusitania. If you kind of left Aragon to sit there for a bit, because they probably can't hurt you.
Yes.
But you will then need 2 castles to land the 2 claimants.
Oh yes, good point, well stated.
Which, like, you are building the second one, but it will take a couple of years.
So where the is that in? Show. Where is the county?
I'm not sure.
Yeah. But anyway, that's against the Holy Roman Empire, so I can't. That is at least against someone that is not the Holy Roman Empire.
But all of the ducal claims can be pressed by your vassals, so.
Can they now? Because this is for a duchy I hold.
Oh yes, okay, those 2 can't, you're right.
Yes.
On the other hand, you could give duchy to someone else.
It's true. Do I?
Whereas taking kingdoms in particular is not something that can be done by any of your vassals.
It's true. Let's dismiss all those
And
things.
all of those claims will be for one county at a time.
So the advantage of Aragon is I've already got someone in my realm.
Yeah, that's not much of an advantage.
It's not much of an advantage.
The other one will come.
Right, let's.
I think Lusitania will be a nicer thing to have, but it will be a bigger job to get it.
Yes.
I think it would be reasonable to attempt both at once. but you then have to wait the amount of time it takes to
Yeah.
that second holding to land the second person.
Yeah, I think that's a bit of a pain. Let's just zoom in a bit. I'm going to have to try and remember which bloody holding I built it in.
One's being built in Dorset.
Yeah, that one I know about, and that's in
what?
like a few.
And the other one was Wiltshire,
Wiltshire,
which will take essentially
2 years. And I don't think either war is going to last that long. So I think. And the
I
other
mean,
question.
you can make wars last.
Yes,
You can even dismiss all of the armies and just leave the war ticking on.
it's true. I can.
Hello. Hello.
So.
Hello.
Right.
I've had a thought.
But, I mean,
My
Aragon,
thought is I'm going to go and live upstairs like the other day, so I'll be back in a moment.
Aragon doesn't look like much of a prize to me in the way that Lusitania
Yes.
is.
I think we go for Lusitania, and if Aragon are still like daft enough to be out of the defensive pact when I'm done. Let's take time slowly.
I would stay paused until you declare war.
Well, I can't, because I can't declare war until so-and-so's joined my court.
Oh, right, yes, okay. Yes, you're correct.
I cannot, I don't have a claim.
Yes.
Um,
No, we should keep an eye on this. So the Soul of Ireland's left the defensive
yes,
pact.
yes.
But on the other hand, Lusitania looks so big and juicy.
It does. I mean, what I'm thinking here is that if I've got a claim,
If you have a claim already that will actually work,
like that one, yes.
It may actually be worth declaring those wars now.
Yes.
Oh, unless declaring war. Declaring war doesn't tend to cause people to join the defensive pact, does it?
No. So,
It usually seems to cause them to leave.
right, let's.
So there's also the two others there.
Let's just check that they're not like insanely stacked. So let's declare war for Argyle. Right. And then there's that one. Tyrconnell. No.
I mean, what? Oh, there's some. Oh, hang on.
They've
Okay,
gone
how many
Fraticelli.
Fraticelli realms are there?
Excuse me, let me just nip into the religion view and zoom out a bit. So
I mean, Fraticelli is quite hard to see.
Fraticelli is quite hard to see, but like
I'm pretty
confident
that might be the only
Fraticelli realm in existence. Right, yes. Hang on, let's just check that there's not.
Certainly pretty close.
Even so, there's not anyone within 1,000 miles. So, right. So, do we declare the war and then just sit there?
I would go for yes. Declare war on them. Wait a little while for bloke to come to your court, or not. Nearby Fraticelli rulers. Well, let's find out if there are.
Are any?
I mean, you can always surrender that one.
It's true.
People will immediately start buggering around the island.
Yes, hang on, let's pause. While we.
Wait, you have invited the bloke to court, haven't you?
Hang on, let's look in the log. So,
Well, you can go and find him again and ask him to court again, and you'll
That's
get a note
true.
saying we're waiting for a reply.
oh yeah, that's true. Right, where's the thingy? There's. No, hang on.
No, you want the kingdom.
I want the kingdom. and I want claimants, and then I want
Rodrigo. He's currently waiting for. Is currently considering an offer. Right?
yeah.
That's fine. I mean, you could invite the other two possibilities just to be on the.
That's
Just to give
true.
yourself.
We're not going to get someone to fix the roof.
Let's read those things. Left the defensive pact. Tyrconnell is under siege, right? Pause. Read.
People are still reading. Maybe worth having another look at Ireland. There may be a limit to the number of wars you can undertake in Ireland.
So someone did just join the defensive pact.
The back defensive pact view is not him.
It's not him. England. Right. Let's watch that. Okay.
Lots of lovely children.
Do we land him now?
You haven't got the.
Oh yeah, I haven't got
You
the
haven't
thing
got
yet.
anywhere to land him yet.
Good point, but I can start the war now.
Yes.
I just have to remember to land him before the end. Right.
So the Irish wars don't need anyone landed.
Yep.
Claim the Kingdom of Lusitania
Lusitania.
on behalf of Rodrigo.
Rodrigo.
Who's that? Who's going to join him?
Duchy of Aquitaine and Duchy of Barcelona. Right, which is what we expected. Sent.
Right.
Back
wars
to realm
again. You
view.
can place the log to get a bit more screen space.
I'm going to minimise the log. Right. Control click. Right, so I think importantly I don't actually raise my troops for Lusitania in there. Or rather, oh hang on, no, I can raise my French troops there. And they should be...
That isn't adjacent to Lusitania.
It's not adjacent to Lusitania and it's quite big.
Right, that should be enough to take Lusitania in theory.
Indeed. Right, and what I will also do, however, is raise my Aquitanian troops to make sure. So, up here then, I think we probably want some Scotland and some Wales. Right, you lot. Let's put my B team on you guys. And send you over there.
So, do you think those will have gained enough morale by the time they get there?
No, let's take my organiser out. Let's take my two organisers out.
I assume organisers don't stack. You've just assigned the same person to both flanks.
Damn it. Right, there we are. Right, I think that will mean that by the time they get there, they will be adequately. Are they already going there?
Yes, time isn't passing at the moment, so.
Yes. Right, you guys, let's put the A team on you. Right, and A team plus an organiser, because I think we could do with strolling over to Lusitania quite quickly.
You're bringing in
Let's just zoom
the
in.
Carthaginians in the army.
I think we go straight for Merida.
Yeah, okay.
Well, I might try and send it to meet up with that lot. Well, no, I think I will send it to... No, my first plan was slightly better. You go over there. You go over there. And then I can move into Molina, pull in my Castilian lot. Right, let's zoom out a bit. And let's see how we're doing. Let's get some... Oh, that's Wales. Right, let's march you there.
I mean, there are advantages to not using all your armies, like it avoids pissing off so many of your vassals.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not pissing off a bunch of my other vassals, you know, so...
You've got another claimant on
I've now got 2 claimants for this.
Eusedalia.
Right, so they've got an army of 1,400 over there. Okay. It looks someone has left the defensive pact against me. Wow. Well, that's not going to last long, is it? I'm very surprised that so many of them left the pact.
Well, there's something weird that happens occasionally. I don't know what it is.
Yes, where everyone's like, oh, well, I suppose it's completely fine to leave or join defensive pacts.
Short person with a big arm.
Now let's try and avoid all the revolt armies in Spain, because Spain is apparently revolting. Okay, we're at half morale. Okay, they've disappeared. Where have that Irish army disappeared to? Well, that's one of life's great questions. Anyway, we're besieging somewhere. That's nice. Right. Leave you lot together. Is there anyone in charge of this army? Quite a lot of people, yes. Right, no, yes, that's the B team, isn't it? Because the A team's... Okay. Why Barcelona currently hates us, I don't know.
Because they were part of the...
Oh,
they
of
were-
course,
they have an
yes.
alliance
With thingy,
with-
don't they?
with Eusedalia. So you're going to have to fight your way through Barcelona.
Well, that's fine. I think we can do that.
Maybe that 2184 should back off from the border. By
No.
Barcelona.
I have a... So they're going towards Barcelona. So I
Okay,
think actually,
okay, that's fine.
in fact, I push them in after them to... Let's make sure there was someone in charge of there.
That's your spare organiser, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, he's got... Basically, at least that means if I change my mind...
Well, yes, you do seem to have just descended into what should be a really rather good battle from your point of view, because that Barcelonan army has no morale.
Oh yeah, that's good. Right, let's just check. Danish has arrived over there. Right, brilliant. Glue. Someone is in charge. Let's get busy and go over there. Right. No, right. You've tried to call the Duke of Aquitaine into the war. Well, the one Duke of Aquitaine with
Yes,
war.
you can see there's an army of
151.
151 troops there.
Yes. Bessinger in Merida, yes, where we are squashing that army. Right, yes, okay. Key. Right, we've finished holding in Dorset, so we are in a position to land the Lusitanian claimant. When we have to. So, Battle of Zafira, victory. That has got me 7% war score. Right, excellent. And we are now besieging Badajoz, which has a 7.5 rating, which is kind of to be expected because everyone is busy, you know, fighting each other in the Iberian Peninsula all the time. So, how goes that battle there? Right, so I've run into a little Spanish army. That's fine. In fact, let's now tell you to go over there when you have a moment. We have 15% war score. Oh right, okay, we're busy having a small war there. Fine, okay. Right, yeah, that's just what I expected. Good. Right, okay, we're having a slightly larger battle over there than I thought. But I have slightly more troops and slightly better commander where I have a commander. Right, let's just check that that's doing what I expect. Yes, good. That's that. Oh look, people are joining the defensive pact against me. But me, I am full of fluffy kittens. I am called the Dove. It's only the second time I've prosecuted 4 wars simultaneously. It's fine. I'm not like... Ooh, my centre has kind of exploded. Which is a bit unfortunate. Do I need to raise some emergency troops from somewhere? Like England. Right. Let's do that. I mean, that is at worst going to be a temporary setback. Bloody Spain, all its bloody mountains. Okay, that is not looking like the world's healthiest battle, but I'm sure we'll cope in the long run. That's people joining the defensive pact against me. All of those messages were people joining the defensive pact against me. How's my income doing? Okay. So we have nearly besieged there. That fight is a lost cause, but that's not the worst thing in the world. Holding in Carcassonne is under siege. I think is my official response to this right now. You can afford to, you know, I can afford to lose a lot more besieging than you. Sadly, we cannot use more shotgun, unlike people playing games with zombies in. Right, that's taken one of the Irish wars up to 34%. What we can do, I think, is raise the Castilian army and march them over there. Right, let's cross those over that way. Do I have anyone in charge of that? No, I don't. Right, let's not have Danish. Let's leave Danish alone. Let's do blue and Norfolk charge. Right. So we're happily besieging stuff in Lusitania. I will try and draw my 2 armies closer together, but I don't think it's necessarily like of vital strategic importance. You, let's at least pull you back into the target area. And actually what we will do with you is put Arnketil in there. No, hang on, we will swap you round because Arnkel is actually someone who's competent in the centre. Let's do that. Right, and we have besieged Badajoz. Now we are besieging Jerez de los Caballeros. Okay. Right, glue. Let's put that back into a sensible view. Right, You're leading a siege, you're sitting over there. It's 6.5 siege, we will just wait for it to happen. Ooh, so we do have the Lusitanian army over there.
I'd be inclined to just leave them there for now and maybe send someone back from Ireland when Ireland is dealt with.
It's true, I've got like nearly 7,000 troops and I can always raise my honour guard. Or indeed my personal levies, although that's expensive. Right, so somewhere in there is an actual battle happening. Let's try and bring that up. Let's just read the messages. Lots of people seeking to kill other people. Should deal with the minus 3% war score issue there. Right, of course I've actually got nearly like 12,000 pounds there. Right, that's taken us up to 37% and I've won a siege there, giving me 99% war score. Right, you guys can now go to my other Irish war. And we keep an eye on this one, where we're still besieging. Okay, so they've... Novgorodian Holy War... Okay. Let's zip back up to Ireland, because that's where the interesting stuff is happening right now. So, you're besieging apparently that trade post. A peace offer from Valort. Right. Count Theodoros the Dove gains the thingy. Right, brilliant. Okay, we won. Right. We are down to merely 3 wars. That army can now go over there. Right. You are an Argylean army, and I might need to worry about you, but probably not very much. Right. We sneeze in the general direction of this army. Well, big blow our nose at it anyway. Right. That gave us 75% war score. Okay, let's just assault the trade post. Right. So.
You have a marriage.
Oh yes, I do.
You also have the ability to create the Kingdom of Ireland.
Well, I should probably do that. Let's create that. Right. And when we're done, I should go and find a nice little viceroy for it. Right, so that's Jerez. That's going fine. That's slowly going. You lot, we can now glue together. Okay. So 30% on the Spanish War. Joined, wants to kill someone. Joined the pact. Someone wandered off to some other court. Joined defensive pact. I became despot of Ireland. Joined the defensive pact. Joined the defensive pact. Defense pact. And someone seeks to kill someone. Brilliant. Oh look, something revolting is happening in Kent. Lotharian and Hungarian de jure war over someone in Pannonia. Okay, whatever. You do you.
Oh dear, that's very bad. Because the Kingdom of Ireland has probably just gone to one of your brothers.
Damn it, yes it has. Yes. Despot Biort winner. Right, I got a new heir. Anyway, well, we'll just have to live with that. Basileus Theodoros has given up and also I've lost the barony that I was going to land that guy with. Damn it!
Damn it! It's finished building. Oh well, the next one will.
Yeah, that means
you did set the one in Wiltshire going. So
I did set the one in Wiltshire going. Basileus Theodoros has given up the ghost at age 61. He died a natural death. Cursed with an unhealthy love for food, Theodoros was known for his massive girth. Many at court were fearing that his habits would lead him to an untimely demise for years before his death.
If you'd noticed that it had become available, we could have...
I did say.
Did you? Oh, I didn't
Yes.
hear.
I did say.
But then there are essentially... Each one of them has
Has
failure
really
modes, because
modes,
we've seen both now.
Yes. I think that we should be more careful with loss and succession with older people. Because obviously they're more likely to die. Basileus Kyrillos, in possession of fabulous riches, well, temporarily, only time will tell if he will make the realm thrive or roost on the gold like a dragon. Long live Basileus Kyrillos. Apparently dragons skrark. There you go. Let's just check I don't have any good stuff. So, very important questions. Wiltshire. Right, so I need to hold on for just over a year. So, 18th of May.
Given you're only at 30% war score at the moment,
yeah, that's not
that will
unrealistic.
actually be a problem. I think it may well take a year to finish this war.
So, lots of people have left the defensive pact.
But you're in the middle of 3 wars at the moment.
But I am in the middle of 3 wars. All these messages. I've got so many.
There is a reason why your great works are phenomenally expensive.
Yeah, that's because I've got about 8 of them. Right, so what have I got? I've got empire, a duchy, and a county. So, my income is kind of low at the moment because obviously I needed to go and appoint a bunch of people like a chancellor. Right. Okay. And appoint a court chapter. Oh, that is reasonable. I mean, we've got a lot of money. I think we resume construction and, you know, if we run into serious economic problems, then we hope that there's another crusade. Do we have... Mostly we've got our father's commanders, but okay, we've got our brother. So,
He is your heir.
he is my heir.
He's not a good person to turn into. He is slow.
He's 9. He's slow, humble, charitable, content. Let's try and up his stewardship.
Well, if he's going to be the next emperor, I'll go for diplomacy.
Okay. Right, let's...
Yeah, I think Despot of England is good set there.
I don't know.
Oh, well,
Diligent,
okay, he's got
zealous,
diligent as
chaste, ambitious, gregarious. And he's
well.
grey
Okay, maybe
eminence.
Marathon would be right.
Yeah. Right. My child might become Scottish, but I think that's not terrible. Right. I am threatening. I go into hiding. Right. So, as I say, we need to keep the war in Spain going for another year. You're leaving the defensive pact. You're trying to kill someone. Okay. Right. Leaving the defensive pact, leaving the defensive pact, leaving the defensive pact. Well, that's nice. So, basically, I think what I do is I try and win these two wars, gather them together here, march them down to London, to annoy people. And if only because it's probably going to take about a year to sort this war out anyway. And I need to pick an ambition. So, become exalted among men, improve. Well, let's do the one that will go away by the time I've won, like, 3 more wars. Ooh, let's... Oh, revolt risk, that's my card chaplain. Right, let's check factions. So, Duchess of Strimon, Mansell of France. Let's cheer up Beowulf. Let's persuade Beowulf not to scheme. Well, we'll give it a go anyway. Let's zip into religion view. Unfortunately, I can't go and convert somewhere that's not mine yet. Proselytize. No, let's proselytize the majority religion, not the random weird religion that won't have any mates. Speaking of which, I noticed the huge number of Fraticellums that turned up to assist their brethren.
About 150 of them.
Yeah. Right, how are we doing economically? Okay, currently we are in surplus, even though I have...
May change.
It may change at the end of the month, yes. Right. So, that siege is going somewhat tediously, and that one is also... Well, I mean, I can always, if one of them finishes long before the other, I can always... One of these wars finishes before the other, I can whip them up there to, join in. Right, I don't know who you lot are. You're the Toledan army, but I don't really need to worry about you because my armies are massive. Alright, extra military technology spread rate. Yes, we are really here for that. 13 minor messages. That's probably people joining the defensive pact against me. Oh look, it's people joining the defensive pact against me. Well, let's just hope that Norway doesn't join the defensive pact, because that's, I think, where I'd like to go to war next. Assuming I can, peasant revolt for Cologne. Fine. Right, well, let's...
Probably enough of it to take it along. There'll be light infantry mostly.
Right, we can do that. Ooh, let's just check. Well, let's try threatening the vassal for once. I'm allowed to lead armies. I should probably not be allowed to lead armies. On the grounds that I'm a bit hopeless. Oh, I can go into hiding, but I'm not sure that actually achieves anything. Right. Let's just check there are no surprises lurking in there. So that's taken me up to 70% on that one. Right. Okay, in a few weeks I can move my Chancellor off to deal with the Independence faction and... Right, okay. Oh dear, I'm ill. Well, I mean, that's not the worst thing in the world, because then at least my brother will inherit. No, my brother won't inherit, my son will inherit.
Your slow...
My slow 9-year-old
Six-year-old.
son.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bah. Let's just check you are besieging somewhere. Yes, good. Right. So, less than a year to drag this war out. Yeah, someone's left the defensive pact against me. It's pretty rare. Right, okay, thank you. You've arrived in Trier. If you join the defensive pact. La 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 ward. They're besieging Middlesex, but there's a 7.5 fort in there. And one day I will actually finish these wars in Ireland, and then I'll be able to come and kick them a bit. Right, yes, we are losing some money each week, but once again we still have quite a lot of it. Okay, that's most of the English army in Trier. Right, that's all going to plan. 44% war score. Let's just check we are besieging somewhere sensible. We are. Very good. Right, okay, that's given us 100% war score. Release the peace altar. And I can create the Duchy of Ulster. Ooh, I do now have Tyrconnell as a spare county.
Oh, right.
I'm not going to create the Duchy of Ulster at the moment. I will actually let...
But yes, so if you get to 100% war score before that barony completes, you can give him the county instead.
Yes. Right. Okay,
This,
that's...
of course, assumes you're not in danger of dying. You are currently ill.
I am
It
currently...
might be worth giving the county to the bloke.
Now, yes. Right. Okay, so that's... got that. You guys get together over there. Right, you. Right click. Grant landed title. Tyrconnell. Right. Right. Phew. An illness doesn't often lead to death, but it does lead to death, like, often enough that it is worth doing that. Glue. Right, you're a decent leader. We will send you in. Oh, god damn it. Right. Random kin stoked. Wow, look at your diplomacy there. Let's assign you a guardian. Doof. Right. Let's send you Morcar. One of them's arrived in Ulster. Right, I don't need to worry about being slow to prosecute my war now. I can just go at it. And I can thus assault that holding, for instance. Right.
He's now completing it quickly before Southern barons. Actually, probably no one usefully has a claim over that county. The thing about
That's
giving
true.
people baronies is that there's an obvious de jure claim from the count.
Yes.
Actually, what you could do, I think, safely, is make the count the vassal of the baron, the vassal of the count, temporarily. And that, I think, means that the count then the count then can't take over the barony, and
Yes.
then this
But there's
this
still-
vassal gets snatched out from under them later.
Yes.
If it comes through the door, you leave over the door.
Okay. Right, still wishing about the Duchy of Ulster.
Running around.
I don't think there's any urgency to do
No.
that.
Right.
probably then want to assign it, give it to the King of Ireland anyway.
Yes. Because he'll want it anyway. Right. Why have we only got 52% war score?
Did they manage to claim something?
Not obviously.
Okay.
Oh, there we are. 100% war score. Release the peace otter. Right, we're now down to only one more. I am Basileus Kyrillos the Boring. Well, my reinforcements are doing grand. Okay, you're trying to scrape together some Breton Revolt War on Brittany. Right, whatever. That's not my problem. Alright, you lot, I should march over here because you're now not doing anything because we want a siege. Aquitanian Papal de jure war over. Okay, right, whatever. Take on the papacy, see if I care. I don't think they can run away very much because they don't appear to have any ships. No ships is for them. Right. So, now on the plus side, my brother has de jure claims on most of Ireland, so hopefully he will get round to using them. I've got 15 vassal kingdoms. That's quite a lot.
And we're about to gain another one.
It's true. At some point I should go through like my dungeons because I'm pretty sure I have people languishing there from like the last crusade.
Child needing guardian.
Right, you are random kin state. You appear to be extremely boring.
You could use them to cheer up one of your vassals. Oh no, yes, you can use them to cheer up one of your vassals. Maybe marry one of your vassals if you're convenient. And remotely tell who your vassals are in more.
No. Well, Franconia. Right.
Yeah.
You'll do. Okay, my money man is possessed. Let's just check that my armies are all gainfully employed. They are. Let's check my army is gainfully employed. It is. Right, yes, we've arrived in Middlesex. We are having a battle. Fortunately, we did not cross the Thames because approaching from the north is always better. Spoiler alert, if you wish to attack London, attack from the north. Ah, now the Duchy of Ulster exists. That's not going to cause infinite problems in centuries down the line. Oh no. I just like to point that out. So, right, and we can prosecute this war now without any fear of anything going wrong. Well, nothing obvious going wrong. Ooh, I'm not ill. How old am I? I'm 38 and my son is 10 and a bit hopeless. Oh well, hopefully someone will kill him. Right, I can probably disband that, can't I?
No, I would say so.
Or I might. Well, no, I can raise troops in Ireland if I really want to, like, go and give them another kicking. Or, you know, elsewhere in England. Right. Since we're mostly besieging things, let's make the lights flash faster. Well, I mean, you can try coming at me with your army of 1,400 stoats, but I'm not sure it's going to end very well for you. "81% war score." Right. Off you go into the next county. What are you guys doing? You're still wandering pathetically through my territory in desperate search of somewhere that isn't part of my territory right now. Coming back, but you've got less than 4,000 people. Well, okay. So 87% war score. Do I bother raising an army over here?
I wouldn't.
No, I don't think it's worth it.
Cheer up vassals as much as possible.
Yeah, well, you never know. I mean, my vassals might only slightly hate me. Ooh, you're besieging that back. Right, well.
You're busy besieging something at the moment,
I could just assault that one.
It's true.
Let's assault that one. I mean, that means I will be losing troops, but I think we can do that. It's got 96% war score. They're suffering quite a lot of attrition in there.
Okay, war on the Zoe Sultanate.
Okay. Good luck with that. "100% war score."
Your claimant is landed, yes.
Well, hang on, let's just double check
I
that.
did check.
Right, yes.
There.
Yeah, he's really Count Rodrigo of Tyrconnell, yes. Offer peace. Enforce demands, yes. Right. Let's disband the unit. Disband the unit. Everyone's dismissed. Okay, we can hold the grand tournament. Let's do that. And let's also do some of those cheering uppy things. So, before we release that, so let's have a look at what everything is. So my heir is slow, but is generally a nice person, which will kind of help. So I am a flamboyant schemer, left-handed, fat, arbitrary, gregarious, kind, lustful, greedy, patient, and a drunkard. Right. My wife is much older than me, but, like, I'm sure that when I arranged this marriage, it was a long time ago. Unfortunately, my daughter is much better. So, right, let's have a look and see where we are on minor titles. So we can keep some swans. We can keep some swans. So if we've got an unhappy female vassal. So you currently really dislike me because you want thing and right, basically you just don't like me very much. But my Chancellor is there cheering you up. So, factions, you say. Oh dear God, right. Right. So hang on, let's just go and look at him. So how long has he discouraged from factionalism for? 10 years. Right, okay, so it is quite safe. Well, temporarily quite safe. 2. Right, let's shove you and you into there to try and head to Dwellenhoff, and then we can work on the Duchess of Strimon shortly afterwards for that faction. Right, so anyway, Despot of France, air education for foreign culture.
Is your son therefore not Greek? Oh, he is Greek. Maybe you should check who his.
He's Scottish. Right, let's see if we can. Let's assign him a guardian. Let's try and assign him a guardian.
Well, they've run down. It's a nice. With a Greek. You've got a Greek granny. Doesn't look like it. Not in your court.
Yeah. Lots of runners inside. But you want what's inside, haven't you?
So, will that cause that penalty? Because he's also of a foreign culture.
Well, let's find out. Let's get back to my vassals. Okay, right, well, I think that's...
So I think you may need to have a Greek education. I'll have a quick search first. Because
Yeah.
because it would be perfectly reasonable to assign someone who is Greek with high diplomacy, but who it doesn't have a diplomat trait
Yes.
for the next few years. So you may not be organised enough to manage. There really needs to be a way to set calendar reminders in this game.
Yes, there does.
say- Go Bing in this year, please.
Yes.
But it does sound like it's worth it from what the walkthrough says.
Award her honorary title. She can keep some swans, which will cheer her up a bit. Desires the Duchy of Moravia. Well, I'm not that attached to the Duchy of Moravia. Right, there we are. Doge of Cumbria is very unhappy with me. Right, well, I'm going to have to do a round of up cheering. Most of them don't have anything that's easy to fix.
I think you should try giving your heir a Greek tutor. Because everyone has that -20 penalty.
Yeah.
That's quite a large enough spot.
And there is a reasonable Greek quite high up in the list.
Would you like
Juliana.
Is she Greek?
It says Greek. through
Oh yeah, so it does.
You get that. Very nice.
Right.
Come holster. Okay, now you're free to go to where that is.
So now if I look at my vassals. Right, we've removed
That's
that.
improved things massively.
Quite a
It's
lot.
kind of weird because none of them are Greek, so why would they care whether your son's Greek? But
Well, thank you for telling me the independence faction is troublesome. I know the independence faction is troublesome. Right, let's obligate a vassal to try and stop that. You're losing money quite fast. Right, so that's sorted out. Ansel of France. Oh, something's happened to my court chaplain. I can't move you until the 4th of October. Right. No, I don't want you to research contract. I want you to proselytise over here. Right. Are there any in the factions? Are there any like little dukes? So I think it's about 1 billion years till we can go on crusade again. Yes.
oh, you're secret.
I've got a secret. I don't want to be secretly orthodox. Right, I'm not.
You have a button for convert to not secret. I don't think so.
I can found a religious cult. I can. Yeah, no.
Might be a right click on your portrait.
Renounce secret faith.
Right.
Right, let's renounce my secret
So
faith.
that loses you prestige.
But gains me piety.
So you might want to wait until you have done your get 2,000 prestige.
I don't think this is going to be a problem. Right, so I probably want to wait for my vassals to cheer up a bit. Maybe until I've
Yeah, I think you should be
got the
getting the factions under control.
yes. On the plus side, I'm about to do a tournament which will probably improve things a bit. I mean, if nothing else, some people might die. Hopefully convenient people, but we'll see. Oh dear, the Duke of Mercia is apparently dead. Count what of Norfolk? Baron of Santiago somewhere. Count Arno of Tebessa. Count Ivanov. I have no idea where these places are. Right, at least I know where the Duke of Transurania is because I gave him as a vassal to someone recently. Oh, we've got a new Doge of thingy. How are you feeling towards me? Only slightly irked. What do we have? We've got tough soldier, brilliant strategist. Oh, let's stick a brilliant strategist in. Okay, damn. Because the despot of Lusitania was, of course, fortunate, was currently very happy with me. Because I just pressed his claim. Oh, okay.
I think this may be the person you defeated in
Yes.
taking over Lusitania.
Yes,
But he's remained your vassal.
yes.
Because fighting you is...
It's difficult.
You were saying something, I couldn't work out what you were saying. That's why I was focusing on your lips. What are you doing? Okay, right.
Right.
I think you weren't being incompetent. You were saying
Tord of Galloway. An armed win. Right, a hedge knight. That gains me 10 piety. Right, so we're still being most unfortunate. Are we in a point where we can start moving? Not yet.
Don't trip over a fence. Avoid the wire.
Okay. And but of
Assuming
leads.
that you're in the section of interest. I think it's the same. Hang on. Oh no, there's multiple fences. Wait. Right, okay, sorry. Scale offence.
Right.
That
Come
is the
on.
fence
One day we'll be able to move our people around
Don't scale another
again.
fence.
Not till October. Hooray! The Duke of Flanders is happy. The Count of Ross is happy. And Duke of Mesopotamia is happy. Brilliant. Right, that gets me +5 opinion. Carthage, currently in favour of me. Right, that's okay. So, hold a summer fair. Let's hold a summer fair. Tick. Make everyone a bit happier.
Okay. Okay, there's something else. Maybe. There was some.
So, how are we doing? Okay. Right. I get 5 prestige for being laughed at. If only it was so easy.
Ooh. So there's a thing on the table.
Oh, there's a little puddle of Aquitaine left. And there's Provence sitting there all independent because of its independence from the Holy Roman Empire. It was a mistake inviting the jumping Jews of Jerusalem to the summer fair. They are jumping at different rhythms despite the rhythmic twang of a harp. They tirelessly keep jumping until one of them loses his balance and falls towards his brothers, causing all of them to fall off the floor. The end was fun. Right. That's good. We can do this.
Married offer from Pisa. Pisa.
I'm not quite sure who these people are or what's going on. So,
Right, you're my cousin.
are these WLF?
Bride price. We like that.
Are these the are these the
Oh,
stars?
she was my designated regent. Oh wow.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. Right, I've got 10 prestige for holding a summer fair. And dancing fair. Jolly good. Right, dependency's getting less keen, which is good. And I think we're at the point where I can. Yes, we can go and squash that. So, who is the leader of the Duchess of Strymon? Who's there?
You don't have a kingdom out there.
No. Right. Let's
So
try.
what's the de jure kingdom that would contain that?
That's an interesting question.
Is
It's across two,
it's
so
not-
it's
it's
Bulgaria and
Epirus.
Epirus.
Not anywhere near. Well, Epirus, you probably only need a small
Couple of more
It's
counties.
Really Strymon that should, it's really Bulgaria that should contain.
Yes.
Should contain Strymon.
So, right, once we've, I think, hopefully got that under control. Can think about what to do next. I mean, obviously, I'd quite like to go for Norway next. I do have a spare county. The insidious Venetian traders must be expelled from your lands. If you agree to an embargo war on the serene Doge of Venice, we will not only join the war on your side, but also present you with thing. Should we fail, Ancona will pay any war reparations. Serene Doge of Venice. Serene Doge of Venice.
I mean, I think that's a good plan because
Yeah.
I think Venice was actually switched to trade zones for you. Oh right, no, it wasn't Venice who actually.
Well,
Yes. I mean, ideally, you really want to keep. Oh no, okay. Venice is actually on the edge of your territory. So
yes.
I think that would be perfect. That would be beneficial, and Venice looks soft.
Yeah.
Oh, they're in the defensive pact against you. I don't know what that will do. Well, we'll find out very shortly.
everyone, I think we found out.
Okay, well you can immediately
Off
surrender,
piece.
and someone else will pay the.
Right, let's do that.
Someone else will pay the reparations.
Right, let's.
Right, I think you've just bankrupted whoever it was who asked you into that war.
Yes. Right, so we've learnt something very important there.
Which is that's kind of joining somebody
Somebody
else's
else's
war,
war.
because you didn't. You actually declared war yourself. Causes serious trouble, plus leaves you with a phenomenal number of message boxes to close.
I think it was 187. I'd just like to point out that this is a terrible idea. Let's never do this again. Or at least let's check first.
I mean, we did at least make sure that someone else was paying the reparation.
It's true.
So, does the Serene Doge of Venice now have a phenomenal amount of money?
I don't know. First I need to zoom in so I can actually see Venice. No, hang on, that's not Venice. That's actually Venice. Not really.
That's curious. Oh, because
It was only like about $200 because he had no money. Or the original Stoat in the war. Right, so we're still waiting for that to occur. What is our threat now? Our threat is kind of high. The only reason our threat's not through the roof is because we just surrendered in a war, which is probably the best thing we could do, really. Right, so that faction has disbanded. We do need to get rid of that faction, because that is by far the more worrying.
So who are the dukes that are a member of that faction? Or any of them?
So the Queen of Castile is in there, although I'm not quite sure why. The Duke of Lychnidos, which is presumably nearby. The Duke of Armenia.
Because kind of ideally you'd stick these irritating dukes under kings if you had any kingdoms that
Duke
they would
of Mesopotamia.
usually attack to.
No. And the Despot of France.
But I don't know that you have many kingdoms out east yet.
No. I mean, I could, of course, not think about going for Norway. I could try and see if I can. What I want to know is if I've got any holdings being built, but I'm not sure I can. Trivially look.
You constructed the one in Wiltshire, which was your.
Yes, I know I'd constructed one in Wiltshire. So.
It looks like there's one being built in Dorset by someone.
Yeah.
But that's not new.
So I'm relatively young. I could start building another holding now.
I think, check what the King of England thinks about your having that holding in Wiltshire. I presume that the third thing on your list of holdings is the Baron of Clarendon, which you presumably that
Probably.
So what does his opinion include a once that baron? No, it
I
doesn't.
suspect someone like 3 levels down. Where
Yeah,
is
we don't
Wiltshire?
care about the opinion of someone 3 levels down.
That's
so.
true.
Okay, so it is actually safe. It isn't harmful for you to hold them. It's just that they cost money to build, and if you lose them, then you lose that money.
Yes. Well, I'm still relatively well equipped from the last crusade, despite my best efforts to spend it all on building stuff.
Who just joined it? Oh, there's Josie Cumberland.
At least cheer him up a bit.
Good plan anyway. Get more money like that.
Yes. Right, something's happened to my... Oh. Fine. Join court. Yes. Don't now. Search all. Search by ability not to be completely hopeless. Right, you're by far the best. Let's invite you to court.
So, oh yes, I was going to ask who is your son betrothed to, and are they a good time? But we can
Let's...
deal with this one first. You generally go for a vassal if you can. Oh, is this someone? Is he closely enough related to the Duke of Woodford? No, it's not. Okay.
These kids. So anyway, right,
Because
family.
in the past, you've had problems of it turning out that you had betrothed
Yes.
people to inappropriate things.
So she's a countess in Arcasus.
So,
I don't think it's worth betrothing him at this
well, I
point.
mean, you don't care about annoying
Norway.
her, and you, yes, I feel that you should attempt to find someone who's like actually who has good genetic traits rather than someone who is anyone in particular.
So, alright, so I could break the betrothal.
Yes, I think that will. So that will upset the countess in question slightly.
Yeah. Right, so let's
And
look.
then I would say, find yourself a genius.
So,
So he's 11. You ideally want someone slightly younger rather than slightly older. I'd be
I mean, she's 6.
she is related. She is of the same dynasty, though
Yeah.
possibly far enough away not
But-
to be a problem.
She's quite good. She's older, but she is quite good though.
Yes.
I'm inclined to...
Yeah, to do.
I'll deal with any prestige
Yeah,
loss.
it is like actually only a 4-year age difference. So it's not serious,
Oh yes, that was what I was going to do. While I wait for my... Let's just check you are... Astivus. You... Duchess of Strumon. Resident in Astivus, yes, good, right. Anyway, prisoners.
Okay. So can you get back to the previous section?
Can't send you yet. Close that.
When you already open the door, you can then do some arrows if you want to. Oh no, those bits of wood are too heavy to move.
Well, I think that's got me like tuppence halfpenny. Has my Saccularius turned up yet? Yes. Let's point you. Let's get you. Zoom in a bit so I can actually see the county in question. Off you go. We need you to research economy tech in Middlesex. I think maybe I can now. There, okay. Have zoom out. Do I have any claims on anything? I've got a weak claim on the Duchy of Anjou and a weak claim on the theme of Hellas. Okay. Fine. I suppose that's like a duchy, I suppose, or something. So. How are we doing? We still need to fix that. Alright. It's time to hold a summer fair again. Right, la la la, la 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 la. It's all summery, it's time to have a feast.
So what have you got that's inheritance danger? Very exciting news there. Ooh. Nothing else I've done.
I don't see any problem with that. We already knew about him.
So her heir is the Baron of Norway, presumably
Norway.
Norway. But on the other hand, it's fairly unlikely he'll actually be the one who inherits from her because she's tiny and he is.
He isn't, yes.
The Duke of Lothian, who is
We know about that.
an ongoing, who is actually likely to inherit out because his heir
Yeah.
is already a duke,
Yeah.
unless you can arrange for him to get. Ooh, you might be able to appoint him as a viceroy if you get an opportunity. And then he would have a rank higher than a duke and would therefore inherit the duchy inwards. You don't have any viceroyalties at the moment.
What, this one?
Yes. As in, if he were a viceroy, then the inheritance would come to him. So if you end up with a little spare viceroyalty, it may be worth remembering the Duke of Lothian.
So you are heir to the Duchy of Anjou.
What is the also?
But I think he'll just get sucked away to mine because he's not got.
Yes, there's nothing there that looks foreign.
I don't think we care about counties. So. What's happened to the independence? Right, well, it's slowly weakening. Let's see if there's anyone else we can. I think we've. So. Ideally, I'll sit them there till either she's cheered up a bit or she's promised not to join factions.
Yeah, I think that faction wants continuing attention.
Yes. I mean, what I think I'd do is then maybe send my backstabby guy off to research technology and put my Chancellor onto general vassal cheering. Is my current plan. So let's just see. Right, so we've held a summer fair. Let's have a look at technology. No. Ha ha ha, lol, no. Also, lol, no. Right, well, let's try and have some more children. Some of them may not be completely incompetent. So,
I think it would be worth at least glancing at the current state of the defensive pact, so I think it's unhelpful.
oh dear. Astonishingly, I survived drinking the poisoned wine, possibly because I was too stupid to live. Right, anyway, so defensive pact, you say. The Holy Roman Empire is not in a defensive pact against me. There is a small corner over here that's not in defensive pact, which is frankly bizarrely inexplicable. But probably I've got a treaty with them. So, and if I look out near my eastern territories, then ha ha ha, lol, no. Right, there is a defensive pact against me everywhere, except for this bit, which is part of the Holy Roman Empire. So let's just do a quick index. So I've got 40,000 troops, and the Holy Roman Empire has 30,000 troops. I do not currently have a truce with them. Do I have any good casus belli? Not that I want to declare war just yet until we've maybe squashed that independence faction.
Well, yeah, it's a bit squashed. Helpful.
Not a very helpful thing. That.
But not for someone very helpful.
Yes.
Ditto
Yeah. Ditto Thuringia again. Right. So let's zoom in a bit. Zip back to realm view. Let's go for control click. So, where are we? So, Swabia. What was that?
I said Swabia is a nice size, though.
Or so Steiermark.
Steiermark, yes, also not bad. Because technically, I think only a Dutch.
Yeah, but whatever.
So all the potential claimants here are the obvious kind of. Usually you go, right, we'll grab a prince, but all the princes are a bit young. He has a strong claim on Swabia.
Yeah. He's only got a weak claim on Swabia. Strong claim on Swabia, but he's a bit useless. Let's just.
Yeah, the first one.
First one was less
Caesar
useless.
Looks like the best person to vote on.
So we have potential claimant there. Let us just check that the Holy Roman Empire is not in any pact that we don't know about. Right, yeah. So Steiermark, you say. You have a strong claim on duchy and are not completely hopeless. You don't have a strong claim and are a bit hopeless. Meh. But strong claim. Well, I think that first one. Steiermark or Swabia? I mean, we get more territory with Steiermark, but Swabia is possibly easier to pull off.
So
Steiermark would help join up.
it would continue with the trying to connect the North Sea to the Black Sea by means of the English Empire. And so what do they each have by way of troops? As in, how much would they be contributing if you brought them into the Empire?
So Steiermark has
3.18
8,000. And
configuration.
Swabia has.
5.76.
There's more of Swabia down
50.
here.
I mean, it does have the advantage of being a kingdom.
Yes.
Yeah, I kind of like Steiermark for the geography and Swabia for the politics.
Yes. So how many counties? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So Swabia would be a slightly easier target to go for.
Yes, there is that in terms of how long it takes to get full occupancy of it.
Yeah. I say.
Here's a silly question.
Yeah.
How close are you? Oh no, you can't. It's incredibly difficult to usurp an empire, isn't it?
It's not.
Because you need like 80% of its territory.
Yes.
I was thinking, how close are you to being able to usurp the Holy Roman Empire and destroy it? Which would which would then shatter it into little pieces and make them a lot easier to pick off. But you can't actually usurp the Holy Roman Empire because you need almost all of it to get that.
Yes, I mean I've got quite a bit of it, and Steiermark would certainly help with that a lot.
Actually, the interesting question is: are there any de jure kingdoms that Steiermark would allow you to usurp?
So Steiermark would be most
how
of
much
Bavaria.
would that get you over half of Bavaria?
So Steiermark would, I think, get me 1, 2, 3, 4.
If you find the key, oh no, it's going to be. Oh yes, there is a key for immediate sub-realms, so you can bounce between that and de jure realms to check the boundaries. It's a weird one.
So de jure kingdoms is O.
Try going 2 to the left of that. Is that it? No, that's
Economy,
religion. Doesn't matter to those.
dynasties, opinions.
Direct Vass is direct, yes. I think that shows direct Vass. So you switch between that and.
Oh no, it's Bohemia, not Bavaria.
Oh right, is that? Is it? Hang on, no, this is.
No, because this.
No, there's Steiermark. It's further south.
Ah,
Right,
yeah. hang on.
right, now go back between those two again. So it gets you a
It
small
straddles-
fragment of Bavaria and a small fragment of Pannonia. You already
Yeah.
own Pannonia, and
Yeah.
so no.
And I wouldn't get
I was
enough-
hoping it might come with a kingdom, with a usurpable or creatable kingdom. At which point
Yeah.
the politics would then strongly favour Steiermark.
I think let's go for Swabia.
Because
Right. Kingdom of Swabia. Claimants.
Ugarish, I think, is the best.
Yeah.
one.
I think you were the best claimant. Let's invite you to court. Yeah. And then let's see if we can. The other thing about Swabia is it's quite close to some of my holdings down here, which makes it quite convenient. So, do we land him to start with? I think we do. Because at least then it makes it easy to see the country.
And he doesn't. You don't lose him. He can't be tempted away from your court by someone else.
Yes. Let's grant you the landed title of Clarendon. I can transfer his vassalage, can't I?
I think so. Yes. I mean, I'm not sure it matters. But,
So let's.
so I think it's safe now. I mean, we'll find out. We've got a spare claim. If
Yes.
this all goes wrong, then we have
Then
to
we
decide
wait
on
3
needing to
years
build a new
and-
town. But
Yeah.
But you've already started building it. So I think that should improve the cheeriness of the Count of Wiltshire.
Yeah.
Not that your opinion of him, his opinion of you really matters.
Yes, but there we go. So
And you should still have a suitable cable stella against the
Holy Roman Empire. Right, there we are. Let's see. Declare war.
This is currently further up.
Further up from the Jure claims. I was trying to guess and I guessed wrong.
Claims Flavia on behalf of Baron of Clarendon.
Clarendon, yes. Right. Let's declare war on the Holy Roman Empire. This is not at all a threatening act in any trousers. Right, let's zoom in a bit. Right, let's zoom in a bit. Right, now, control click. I want a sub-realm, so that is Franconia. So I've also got Franconia up there, so but I've got Scotland there, and I've got Scotland there. And you are England. So so Swabia has there, that bit that's next to me there, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, that's it, there counts. Right, I think we're raising England there. Lithuania. There. So I've got an army. There's an army of 7,000 coming that way. Right, there's an army of 6,000 coming that way. So let's take you and march you. Let's put an organiser in the front of you, and I want to pull you over to here.
I'm not sure that's the best route, to be honest.
I'm not sure that's the best route to go. Right, let's.
And then shift right click, send it to place further away.
Yeah. There is Bohemian Revolt and Bohemia, which I will want to raise troops from, but not
So all
yet.
these armies kicking of the Holy Roman Empire kicking around already make you think they're probably at war with someone else.
They are. So, Robert, Wales, Welsh Army. Stick you on a ship. Let's ship you over to that place. Stick you on a ship and ship you over there as well. You're the Breton Revolt, which we've already raised. And you're the King of Brittany, which we've already raised. So Steel. Lusitania. Stick you on some ships. Let's see if you have enough ships. Ooh, you've got enough ships. Brilliant. Progress. Right. Off you come over here. And off you come here.
It's very expensive.
Right. So, do I?
So we've not raised absolutely everything, so that will just get you up through making little things.
Yeah. I could raise my personal levies. That will cost me some money, and I could raise my honour guard.
Yes.
So let's raise that. Let's raise my honour guard.
I think you could also raise the vassal levies in Westminster as well.
Hang on, let me. Let's do that. Let's.
If you haven't already.
Do I not have? Oh no, hang on, I'm looking for fleets. That's what it is. Fleets. Off you go over there. Glue goes together. Let's at least see who I have left. You, the Ohridian Revolt. Out there. Okay, let's. Actually raise you lot. And raise you lot. Let's shuffle you off to the coast. Let's find some fleets. Let's stick you on a fleet. Let's send you over there. So that's Bohemia Revolt. The actual kingdom of Bohemia is over there and is currently far too close to
Well, how many troops can you fly down here?
700.
Given what is nearby, you don't know.
No. So there's Republic of Cumbria, Novgorod. Right, and then we're down to like random bits. Okay, I think that is reasonable. So the thing that I want to watch out for is those armies around there and that army and these armies around here and those armies.
And like, if you're in a position to do something to the smaller HRE armies that are wandering around, so much better.
Well, yes, but sadly I won't be. Right, let's shovel you on a boat. And let's shovel you over here. Oops, pause. But you, on the other hand, are a perfectly cromulent army, and we want to march you into there.
You might want time going one up around.
Yep. Right, so you guys glue you together. I think we march you into that county.
Might be worth seeing the sub-realms of the HRE.
Hang on, let me also. Yeah,
To an extent you don't actually care about your sub-realms anymore.
that's true. Anyway, let's dismiss that fleet because I don't need it.
So that if they do remove the section 230, some of the first thing is that they get to remove block because if everything's supposed to be
you're not there yet, so that's okay. So we have a large army there. Their big army I can't see anymore. Right, there we go. So, glue together, you've got people in charge. Let's march you in there, paying due attention to forward and reverse signals. Those lot are both going to arrive in Neuchâtel any moment now. You're a random army, but I've got defensive advantage, and I'm not sure you want to fight me anyway. As such, glue armies together. Hurl armies on ship.
It's like the Venetian trade posts in near Cumbria have been moved anyway. Your trade there is growing.
You lot aren't glued together. Sub-realms of the Holy Roman Empire. I want you to go to that bit of Swabia. So there's a large army there. Basically, I want to try and get people together in Swabia. I will try and get reasonable numbers together in the sort of northern part first, and hopefully let the southern parts besiege things. Let's see. Another English fleet arrived in Ypres. I think we send you across there. You lot, can we get you at least to go over here? Right, that's now by a route that's not completely horrifying.
Perfectly sensible, stay in supply where possible, but
Yes. Let's send you over there.
who else is the Holy Roman Empire?
It is one of life's great questions. Let's try and click on the Holy Roman Emperor. Holy Roman War for Arabia, defending against us. Right. There's a Holy Roman War with Arabia. It's fine.
That's probably going to take quite a lot of their attention.
It is. Okay, brilliant. You've arrived there. Excellent. That's just what we want. Are we in danger of going over the supply limit? Not for a while. So my worry is those armies are likely to meet up at some point and maybe get going over there. But of course by then I probably have assembled some of my army. You... I know. That seems like a nice county. I can always move her around later. I will have glue you together and then promptly break you in half. With half going over there to maximise the quick getaway chances. It's not like I've done this before or anything. Let's make time go. Can't actually run a kingdom. Right, so there we are. Let's take the smaller lot out. Yeah. bloody winters.
The northern parts of Sweden have rather a lot of armies heading for them already.
Indeed. Invitation to plot. No! Don't actually want to kill my money bags. Unpause. I want time to pass. Knights of St. John. Okay, good.
Oh, there was something interesting about that name I recognised from something recently.
Yes.
I think it was one of the troublesome succession.
Well, it doesn't appear to be there, so that's good.
I think there's a danger that if your Prince of Swabia goes and accidentally inherits Swabia before you get it for him, then you'll lose the county you gave to it.
Yes. Oops, pause. I've got too many in there. Let's take the 2001 and chuck it in there.
I think you could say to zoom in one step.
Possibly. Right, yes, you're going down that side to do that, aren't you? Right, well, the Holy Roman Empire lot have disappeared completely.
Oh, they've got a holy war to pursue.
It's true, they have. The thing that worries me is this is kind of next door to my English holdings down there. But I guess we will just have to put up with it. Oh dear, we're oversupply there. How much oversupply? We are very oversupply.
Easier to see if you zoom in.
Let's zoom in a step. What's the supply limit now? That's even worse. Let's at least take that army and shove them over there. And that army and shove them over there. And I don't think we'll be losing supply for too long on account of the fact that we will be getting out of winter soon. And things will improve a lot once I actually win a siege somewhere. That's going okay. That's going very okay. Hooray, right, we have won a siege. We still have too many troops in the county, but I don't think there's a lot we can do about it right now. being as it is the wrong time of year. You
Stomping around the Alps in the middle of winter.
Yeah, fundamentally this is a terrible idea. As you can see, these places are now back in supply now that we've got out of the depths of winter.
Is there still a county of Sweden that you're not sitting in, or possibly two?
Those two, I think, but I don't want to split these ones up here any further if I can avoid it.
More split up one of the southern ones.
You've got to go outside the base of the building.
County supply.
The whole of the ground.
I could send you up there. And that's going to be in supply very shortly anyway through natural attrition. So we have 5% more score. Quite a lot of attrition because the Alps are kind of unfriendly in the winter. Spoiler, who knew? Now it's summer, let's glue some of these armies together a bit more.
Maybe you could say to them,
I think I could safely zoom in. Zoom out. Okay, they're not big enough to do anything. What's the supply limit there? I've got a new doge. Let's zoom out, change views, and go and sit on some stuff. Let's check that nothing terrible has happened to. Let's just check that I can't see what the Holy Roman Empire are doing out there. We've got smallpox in Spain. Brilliant.
so you appear to have one army that's nothing really anything.
Oh yeah, right, yes, it's now arrived there. Let's send you in there. Which is what we were intending to do before it got all cold and shivery up in the Alps. Right, we're on 18% war score. So, how long has this war been going? 12:47. So we're going to have to wait a little while before it. Let's now check that everyone has someone in charge of it somewhere. Right. You all got someone.
So could you rotate your what country?
Let's just move Beornmouth to the centre there. Pause. Right. Proselytise. Proselytise. Next county over. Right. We have a plan. Let's just check that we are not being besieged in Middlesex. We are not being besieged in Middlesex. Okay, Stuttgart. Victory in Stuttgart. Victory in wherever that is. And sure. Brilliant. That's taken us up to 40% of war score. Got a new despot of Lusitania. People are joining the defensive pact, and people are trying to kill other people. Right. We besiege Tech. Let's go. So, what are we doing? We are waiting for sieges to happen I'm wondering where the Holy Roman Empire army is. Because, like, we know there's like 17,000 of you or thereabouts. Ah, right, there's 12,000 of you. You are heading towards... You're heading back up towards us, right? Okay. Nasty victory. Let's oblige the vassal not to be involved in stupid plot. Engelberg. I've been to Engelberg. Ooh, right, you're done. What's the supply limit? The supply limit is currently fine because it is summer. Let's bring you together because then it's a bit easier when these 12,000 get together. Right, excellent. So I'm going to leave my I'm going to leave my Chancellor there to cheer people up, but I will get my guy studying technology on the grounds that I would like there to be technological advances at some point this millennium, you know, in whatever. New King of Denmark, there should be a round of vassal fettling after this. Right. Something has happened to my son. Right, so let's assign him a guardian.
So, ideally you want it to someone Greek because he's your heir.
Yep.
And you ideally want it to be... I think your ideal at this point is a Greek grey eminence.
Yes, but we don't.
The fact that you don't have one may not be a problem. You could try to get one.
Good point. Well made. Fine
You
character.
tried, any culture, my culture. Look for someone diligent. Probably Cross looks quite reasonable. The second one there.
Various, craven, diligent, honest, content. He is orthodox.
Oh yes. Off your religion. That's a really bad selection.
Yeah.
Honestly, ooh.
Hang on, I can remove the gender selector.
Yes. He's not diligent. I mean, to an extent, if you don't go for someone diligent, then the religion doesn't matter so much.
I don't know, she's trusting, temperate.
She's not got very much actual diplomacy, though.
Yeah.
Thing, whereas it would be better to get someone with lots of diplomacy and to accept a wrong religion. And maybe I can't remember quite what benefit diligence brings. He's got reasonably. He's also orthodox, but he's not got diligent, which means he's unlikely to accidentally indoctrinate kids.
So they're diligent, which is not
Which
fantastic.
is slightly dangerous, but on the other hand, someone with generally good stats would be nice. Which is, she's a bit weak on martial, so he's a bit weak on martial. And
Yeah,
that
but they're
does have
all
an
a
effect.
bit weak on martial.
Hypatios
Is yeah, but he's a mastermind
Oh,
theologian.
he's a theologian. Yes, okay, that's no use.
I think he's not terrible.
Okay, you might thought. I want to check the spelling of various names. Would you mind selecting yourself and then your late father?
So I am Kyrillos with two L's.
The ship's name is Basileus, yes, I've got that right. Okay, and
It's
he
Basil and then EUS.
said-
and
his father was
Theodoros.
not Theodoros. The Dove.
Right.
And that's the thing for this one so far. Theodoros the Dove is succeeded by Basileus. Kyrillos.
Right. Now we can assign you a guardian. Right. This nice Greek guy that we just hired. Right.
So that your vassals don't get pissed off with you for trying to change the culture of your child.
That's the one.
Why they're pissed off with you so Dutch? I don't know, but...
Apparently it is a thing. So there come the 12,000. Right, we want to siege somewhere. Okay, we want to siege there. So we're at 64% war score. There is an army of 12,000 coming towards us. 73% war score. 81% war score. Everywhere is besieging someone else. 89% war score. And we started
He
this
may well
war.
offer you a surrender anyway.
He
That was
might.
What happened last time.
It's true. No, his army's vanished again. That might just mean he's walking down here towards the Tyrol in places that don't border my territory at all.
There are still some such places in the world. There we go.
Offer peace. We surrender Prince Wigeric against the Kingdom of Swabia. Let's just in fact check that that is the right guy. Prince Wigeric of Swabia, who is Baron of Clarendon. Right, yes, we accept.
Okay, that didn't gain you as much territory as you wanted.
No.
Oh well.
Fine.
Sometimes these things are confusing.
This is true. I think it's gained me like that county. Fine. Maybe, right, in 10 years' time when we're not like at war with the Holy Roman Empire, when we can go to war with the Holy Roman Empire again, I mean, we can go for
So what
that
are the,
mad
the Holy
duchy.
Roman Empire sub-realms in that area now?
A mess. So Swabia still exists, but as a duchy.
Right.
I presume, though, that there are like a ton of de jure claims in this area now.
Doesn't look like it.
No.
I think Swabia was
A
a
titular
titular
kingdom
So
originally.
it may be that because you only get maybe that you would only have got the intersection of the titular and de facto of the de jure
During
and
de facto kingdoms, yeah.
which in the case of the titular kingdom may just be the capital. Oh well.
Well, so
So do you now have a vassal who is the king of Swabia? Let's just check that before it continues. So the despot of Swabia.
yes. He's currently quite happy, even though he's not got much territory. Okay.
So that's another vassal kingdom, which is another huge pile of prestige.
Prestige, yes. I mean, like, I'm gaining nearly 13 prestige a month from vassal kingdoms. So, you know. Right. Okay, there we go. So let's just check a few things. Factionally, independence is now being led by the Duke of Armenia. Where? Union troops over there. we go on. Oh, I can't assign you a new job until 28th of January. But right, fine. Let's at least pull you out of there and put you onto vassal cheering duties. We are quite threatening, so let's just check that we have right, I've got some vassal.
South of the Alps.
Oh yeah, that lot. Right, you guys. Dismiss, right, that will cheer people up. Right. It's the end of the month. We're now back to our regularly scheduled about 4 money down as we build all of those great works. Right, so Mr. Bond. We currently have 1 spare holding. We could start another one building. I don't think at the moment there's a big problem with that. Let's do that. While we're waiting for people to maybe stop being in a war against us, sorry, defensive, to be...
There's a revolt of some sort there.
which we have no claim against. Right.
So is that all right, Charlie?
Yes.
Okay, yes. Basically, the vast amounts of little frass are mostly the Holy Roman.
Yes. Norway is sadly in the defensive pact against me. And there's a Barcelonian revolt.
I bet you don't have a claim against that.
You're quite correct, I don't.
The defensive pact against you was spread south of the Sahara.
It's the one. I can't help but feel that is going to be very tricky to get any troops to. So let's assume that that's a daft thing to do.
What's going on in Greece then? Is that all Holy Roman Empire?
So that's all Holy Roman Empire. And it's...
is that a different Byzantine? Is that the same Byzantine revolt? I can't see a different set of arms for it.
It's a
the same
different...
Byzantine
No, it's not. It's a different one.
What?
Oh no, sorry, you're quite right. It is that one. Right, so that's...
Which you currently have no claim.
claims.
You could track one down, but on the other hand, well, that revolt has been going on for ages, though, hasn't it? 100% in favour. Okay, it
right.
shouldn't last much
longer
if they can actually come to a peace treaty.
It's true. Right, let's assume that for the time being we are out of luck on that front. And go. Ooh. Right, we've finished building the Menorcan garden. So, obviously, what should we call our beautiful garden by the sea? Right. I'm going to call it the Dove Memorial Garden in honour of my father, who was so appropriately called the Dove. The Dove. So, I could build some fountains, which are quite expensive, but I currently got enough money. What's the drink from the Fountain of Youth decision?
I suspect it may not work unless you've got weird events turned on, but I'm not sure.
It's also expensive.
The one we found was really useful was a vineyard.
It's true. So secluded groves is nice.
But you've already got private conversations elsewhere.
Yes. I could build a hidden burial spot to improve plot power things. I think that's certainly a good choice for the second slot. We can build a herb. Oh, can't build a herb garden.
Because you're not a member of the Hermetic Society.
Oh,
Well, you
right.
can be, because you've got the DLC for being a member
I
of the
don't think
Hermetic
I have.
Society.
So I can build some garden statues which do similar things. The vineyard does allow the send alcohol gift,
Yes.
which I think we should build. It is expensive, but it is, I think, very much worth it for that.
Because that's a free 10 points of opinion.
Yep.
When you need it.
Well, you can't do it all the time, but you know, you do get a start. So, and I think I get some ticking prestige from that. Yeah. Did I not actually manage to rename it? I thought I did. Where's Minorca? I've lost Minorca. Yeah, there we are, the Dove Memorial Garden. Okay, it hasn't. Right. Someone's joining the defensive pact. So we're building stage 2 of the cathedral, and we're building the Grand Amphitheatre and the Grand Harbour. Oh dear, there are war mentions around, but that's in a broadly Christian country. Prince Morcar, my random kinsman, the naive appease are fine. Right, he can get married. So what's my ticking prestige? Okay, I get like 23 prestige per month just for existing. Don't have to go to war, don't have to do anything. I just have to sit there. Well, on the plus side, while we're decaying our threat and things, then, you know, our vassals are cheering up. We're probably at a point where we can move. Nearly. It's nearly the end of January. We can tick time a bit faster while we are between wars, because we don't have to worry about that. I decided to tour Middlesex to receive the adulation of my subjects, but as my open carriage took a turn past the scroll depository, I suddenly heard the whizzing sound of an arrow flying past mere inches from my head. Oh my god, are they going to kill us all? Well, not all of us, I think just me. I have been caught in a deadly crossfire. One of the arrows digs into my shoulder, and as I struggle to remove it, the final blow is delivered. An arrow strikes my temple, and my head is thrown back and to the left. Back and to the left. Well, I snuff it. Basileus Kyrillos has given up the ghost at age 42. He died under suspicious circumstances. I wonder who killed me. Cursed with an unhealthy love for food, like his father before him indeed, Kyrillos was known for his massive girth. Many at court were feeling his habits. They really weren't. I mean, you know, given the poisoned wine and everything, I mean, frankly, we should definitely have been fearing the assassination attempts.
On the other hand, your massive girth meant you had presented a larger target to the
to the archers.
The bowmen.
Yes, Basileus Pascalis, merely 13 years old, and unfortunately also an idiot. The realm is left in the capable hands of the Regent and Council. Long live the Basileus. Right, well, okay. I mean, anything other than okay, right? You're a good.
My summary of this session now.
You're a good backstabber.
Basileus
Kyrillos. I suppose you'll do your own acceptable chaplain. Right. Didn't even achieve my ambition or anything. Right, I need to look at who my heir is.
Because it definitely ain't your own child.
Well, yes, because I haven't got one yet. Right.
Is that what you said?
So, 2 children, black.
No, probably.
Okay.
Right, let's assign a guardian. Let's assign you. Right. You look okay. Right. Let's. Oh, right, I need a guardian. So. Right, well, I think we want the Greek
Yes.
guy who's a thing as well. Right, so we are 13, so we might make it to, like, you know. Right. I need to be an adult to equip any of those things. We should remember to check back. So, let's check. Revolt risk.
It seems to be a rather dangerous looking place in the middle of.
Can't move you yet. You. Oh, researching economy tech,
Probably not in Bedford.
but in Middlesex.
The parking noises are very strange.
Right.
The parking noises are very strange.
Oh, right, yes. So,
Did you know the wrong thing? Did you say the wrong
okay,
thing?
well, currently. I probably need to unpause to check what factions are actually doing. Right, so, who is my heir? My heir is my sister, who is much better than me.
So if
Right.
you get murdered,
That's
so be
fine.
it.
Yeah, I think we don't send me into hiding or anything like that. Right, we know that we lose that now. Oops. I didn't mean to dismiss that for now, but never mind. I'm sure it'll come back shortly. I don't think that's going to go anywhere. We know what's likely to happen there. We know what's likely to happen there, but there's
Oh, what's
the Kent
that
one.
in Scotland. What's the word now? Not Moray.
Lothian.
Lothian has apparently not gone wrong.
Yeah.
Nice.
And Anjou. I don't think anything's very likely to go wrong there. Okay.
I suspect now is not the time to be launching major
But
wars.
apparently they will approach you. Pretty much
I
single
do,
file
of course,
through
have
the
barony. Let's.
Because you were the only heir, owing to having no
Yes.
brothers. You, of course, do not
Not have
a truce with the,
Byzantine
with the Holy Roman
Roman
Empire,
Empire.
because that was your father.
Yes. I have 40,000 troops.
Okay, maybe I should not be so pessimistic about the idea of going to war, but the current Holy Roman Emperor is doing all right. He is still at war.
He is still at war. But I'm inclined to, like, leave it be. Let's just check. Oh,
And so your number of troops now.
yes. Okay. Woohoo, we're back in credit. Just.
Okay. On the other hand, some small wars, like in Ireland,
Ireland.
those look like some nicely
So
Irish
these are all you
names.
are. Just
Not the,
these guys falling in over multiple houses. It's quite hard to work out.
Let's zoom over here. Let's zoom in a bit. So,
you can select England, you can see what the, so currently only one of these falling out.
yes.
Maybe worth allowing a bit more time to pass if you would have useful time to get to the others. Oh yes,
I've got
that only gets one of her two counties. But
one of the counties, and it's for someone unlanded.
because an unlanded
Woman.
is not a real big thing. It's not very much.
No, it's not.
All of Ireland is left.
Yes.
Has your number of troops plummeted now that you've inherited? No.
Not really, no.
Okay, well, we can check the other counties of Ireland. I mean, we have a long tradition of marching into Ireland. Okay, he's still in defensive tactics. Okay, the colours were. Oh, you selected the wrong. You selected them other the county, of course.
Yes.
It's two different colours. Ireland is now the Irish people are now rejoined.
Yes.
So I think that was just a brief glitch.
Yes.
And yes, you didn't. While you could have engaged in a very rapid war, then
I don't think that would have done anything.
you didn't have the necessary.
It doesn't say.
Croatia doesn't appear to be in the defensive pact at the moment. They're not like,
Okay.
even with Galicia, Volia, they're not that tight. Don't they currently have a casus belli? Do we have some strong claimants for the Kingdom of Croatia?
Well, you're going to this.
You were strong payment to
Sicily. And wants to be king. So we could go to war.
Well, Sicily's probably in the defensive pact against you.
Yes. Okay.
It's probably worth selecting England and watching when you are on pause and watching places going dark grey and seeing if they're worth pouncing on. I mean, papacy is currently out, but the only way you can get paid on the papacy is by raising anti-pope.
Yeah, and places are now joining the defensive pact quite rapidly. I mean, we could go up against the thingamalib revolt.
Oh, you probably have a holy war against them. Oh, right, no, you don't.
No, got a small holdings war, but maybe not.
So switch back to your defensive pact again.
That's true.
I was going to say, what was there was something going on at the south end of Spain? Is that just another fragment of the Holy Roman Empire?
He's not part of the defensive pact, but I don't have a casus belli. Well, hang on, I could see if I could get some
You only
claimants.
need a weak claim, but need a child.
Child, oh, that's a woman.
But you still need someone with a land.
Right, no, well, that's kind of a good reason, really. That's probably everyone joining the defensive pact again. Right, I think we have to accept that for the time being we can't do that. Right, we are also not in credit at the moment. Oh, we do have dangerous factions. Right. Okay, independence. This is a big problem. So he's in somewhere to suppress revolts, but do I still send people to his county to squash him?
So yes, curiously.
You're there, improving relations already. Right. Let's just see where we are with the minor titles. So we've got a couple of minor titles we can dispose of. Two.
He got here as well. He probably that's what it was. He got here by following you.
Mostly that one of the tricks for getting rid of an awkward duke, maybe sticking them under a king, is not available to the kings. So
Oh, sorry, you've already got an honorary title. You're a despot. Right. Let's award an honorary title to make you Master of Horses. Queen of Castile. Let's make her a high almoner in the hope that that will pull her away from the faction. I seem to have lost some bits of England there. Oops, that's the wrong. Because I'm sure that used to be joined up like that.
Well,
It says that all you have to do is clear enemies by stealth.
something was being changed down there.
Yeah. Oh, either someone won it back or that was one of the counties that got inherited out that I couldn't do anything about. But it's now very aesthetically unpleasing. Right.
Apparently the sound is 2 seconds delayed for the visual, which is quite alarming on a gun.
Oh,
On the other hand, you do also occasionally get surprised new bits of your realm.
yes. Only slightly surprising. Right. Well, yes, let's hold a summer fair. I think that's, like, innocuously good. Let's also tick hold a feast. You know, get people involved. The summer fair brings all kinds of entertainers to Middlesex. There we go. Right, good. So, we are minus 13 in our personal wombat score. I'm sure this will change as soon as we are adults, because we will manage to put on all the accoutrements of the cross. Although our Stoat Marshal is definitely going to be a Stoat. I'm allowed to lead. Let's not allow me to lead armies. I think that would be a bad idea.
When your betrothed turn out to have any useful properties now, which is brilliant. Oh yes, she's
Yes.
quite a nice, useful wife.
Yeah.
Even if it weren't for her likelihood of, well, at least not slow children.
Yes. I wonder if this king will last long enough to go on crusade. English-Irish de jure holding. Okay, that's an internal war. Armenian Hurley war for Kurdistan. Okay, well, like, that's amusing.
If they're going to war with other people, that's depleting their armies, which should reduce the threat of their
Of the faction. And if we get some more territory around here, well, that's great. We're all in favour of that. So what are my current holdings? I've got the Empire of England, the County of Middlesex, and one little spare barony, just as soon as it's sensible to go to war with anyone, which is, like, probably not for another 20 years or something. So that's fine, by that time I might be grown up. Well, Bohemian Revolt is not revolting enough. Court chaplains attacked by heathens. Got a new despot in Novgorod. Right, well, let's try and cheer you up and make sure you don't join a faction. Right. So I now need a new magistrate. Fortunately, I've got one. He's now very happy. Ah, because I fulfilled his ambition. It's amazing what that can do. Unfortunately, I'm suffering from the fact that nobody liked my dad. Nobody liked my dad so much that they killed him.
Lotharingia, or indeed your other. I'm thinking about whether you can just stick some of your unhelpful duke vassals temporarily underneath some random exarch in order to some random happy exarch. So you've got Aquitaine, preferably an old one, so that you get them back reasonably quickly. Not under a despot, because that will.
Oh yeah, sorry. You.
So you've got Aquitaine, who is 59, so that will come back to you fairly soon.
Aquitaine. So I've got Aquitaine. Let's try and at least get references. Lotharingia.
Who's about the same.
He's
Happiness, but younger.
A bit younger.
Franconia,
Franconia,
who's
who's
about the same.
younger.
Two.
You're a despot. You're a queen. You're a despot.
So you could stick some of the independence-minded vassals under those exarchs.
Hmm.
Probably most likely the eldest one, so you can get them back fairly quickly.
Which was Aquitaine, wasn't it?
I think so, yes.
So we could move Lichnidos.
I mean, and then this would obviously be a bit
Lichnidos
messy,
in
but on the other hand, it will
Mesopotamia.
sort itself out fairly soon
It's
because
true.
they'll die. But it would temporarily get them out from directly under you.
Right. Let's. Mesopotamia was one of my troubles. Dukes and
I wonder if it's worth.
Lichnidos.
Yeah, I don't know. There's only 10 you get to transfer each one. Yeah, there is a slight problem, of course, which may take competent commanders, captains, and so forth out from under you. But the last thing you want is an independence war.
It's true. Right. You'll do.
Right. So there's independent. All right, and there's. So yeah, you should be able to transfer him under a.
So,
an
Duke
exarch.
of Armenia. Don't seem to be able to transfer the Duke of Armenia underneath him.
See if you can transfer him to someone else. I mean, I don't think that's going to be the case, but.
Yeah.
Because I can't see any reason why one would work and the other wouldn't.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
maybe there's some reason why you can't transfer an army. That's kind of annoying. Still, you reduce the strength of that faction a little bit.
Yes. Not very much, because
But we turned out to be completely stupid, and it turns out that no, it isn't. The really disastrous thing would turn out that actually the Exarch of Lotharingia was a member of the faction, and you'd just given them a load of extra troops.
there wasn't Lotharingia, it was Aquitaine.
Aquitaine.
No, it's just that instead of it being full of dukes, it's now full of full vassals.
Ooh.
So there we go. States.
Unlock states.
Right,
States are free.
let's. I assume I
Hello,
can't
free.
set an ambition yet because I'm too small to have ambitions. I can try and kill myself by.
Probably. I mean, it's only a 1% chance. You're much more likely to end up maimed or wounded.
Wounded.
It smells of burnt toast.
Is your is that Marshal the Duke of Armenia?
Yes.
Well, excellent. Give him a chance to get into.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, if he gains a martial point, then it means his armies get bigger, admittedly.
Let's. Lutheran, yeah, does not like me. Fine. I'm trying to cheer you all up. You ungrateful vassals.
You can, of course, cheer people up just by hurling money at them. But,
Hang on.
she doesn't have an honorary title, that's unfortunate.
I can also send her an alcohol gift. Right, well. I can't send him an alcohol gift.
Well, if you scroll down to fund it, you should get an explanation of why. Right, so yes, you can only send one alcohol gift per year.
A deal as expected as the cabinet brief.
Right, but you do also have a spare, I think a spare honorary title you can hand over, but not to him.
No,
You can send one to the Queen of Denmark, though, because she recently.
No, I
You
can't.
can only send her court jester, which doesn't count states.
Let's see, can I send gift? It's quite a small gift, let's do that. It's a slightly larger gift, but worth it, I think. No. That is a bit much. Can I send her a gift? No. Right.
Also check the due of
Thingy.
or whatever it is for on
Yeah, that's a good point.
no 153.
Right. Right, so they have court jester. Well, I already have my best people on it. Well, we're nearly finished the next phase of the Cologne Cathedral. I've got 10 prestige. Yay, I guess. Really could look at some way of maximising my tax income, but unfortunately that's quite hard.
Right, one person has now left the independent faction.
Ooh, we're now down to
It
7.
occurs to me that you could increase your strength relative to the independent faction by setting your martial training troops in Middlesex.
Yeah, let's do that now that we're a bit lower on revolt risk. That's not us, is it? Anyway, so cancel positions, train troops, Middlesex. So, well, we're back up to nearly 50,000 troops anyway. Which is nice, we'll want that for the second anyone even thinks about leaving a defensive pact. So I think my plan is to get
The independent faction is officially non-dangerous now.
right.
Indeed, because it's not non-existent, it's merely much smaller than
Yeah. I'll still leave it there and try and quash that.
Yeah.
And then
the Duke of Armenia is no longer in it. So you might want
it's
to move
true,
your,
Despot of France. Where is the Despot of France's headquarters? It's in Spain, isn't it?
yes. Currently occupied by someone else, apparently.
Right, anyway, so
Probably related to the war he's currently involved in.
right, so that will
So, yes, I
hopefully
think
squash that. Then we can try and squash Beowulf again.
Why is he so unhappy with
Female
yeah,
wants
most
recover.
of them use all things.
Yeah.
Yes, there's nothing
So-
surprising there.
And
If you would like you to have a son, well, it's going to take a little while.
it's true. Right. So I think my plan is to run up until he becomes 16 and loses his regent, and then I think we save and stop for the night and think about what we might want to do next. You know, maybe by then someone will have left the defensive pact. We can maybe try and go for that Schwerin or wherever it was that we didn't go for last time.
Yes, how's the size of the Holy Roman Empire looking?
How is the size of the Holy Roman Empire looking? Not fantastic. Well, it's not really bad.
Certainly looks fairly so.
And we could go after Steiermark again.
It is by far the largest
Yeah.
sub-realm of the Holy Roman Empire now.
Otherwise, we get to go after the Duchy of Swabia and hope that. Right, let's. So we held a feast. Let's untick that temporarily. Let's have a summer fair. On the principle that cherry people up is a good thing. And it's something I can do while I'm underage, so.
You can probably send another drink to someone if you feel like it.
That's true. Let's find a faction. Yeah, like the Doge of Cumbria. Not yet.
Okay, when is the... okay.
It's in
end of
December.
essentially, next New Year,
Yeah,
which are nice obvious times because then when the auto-saving happens, you can pick someone and send them a 10-point opinion boost.
10-point gift. And I might try and make the next place that I get, if it's not a kingdom, I might try and set it up as a merchant republic.
That requires it to be coastal.
Does it? Oh well, maybe I won't do that then. And obviously it's better if you can take over one of the existing Right, okay, off with it over here. Doof. I think England's slowly meandering this way.
Fine.
Alright, you can swap minor titles, you weirdos.
Of course, was one you lost by dying at the wrong moment. At the
Yes,
same time as you lost the Kingdom of Ireland.
that's the one. Maybe if I live long enough I could think about seeing if I can cheer up all my vassals enough to get rid of Gavelkind. You know, well, you can have fantasies.
Quite a lot higher crown authority to change to anything much more useful.
That's true. That's not what I want to look at. I want to look at this. Can I buy anything? Yes, we can get some more skirmish technologies. That's a bit better. And we can't get any of the good stuff over there. And we can't get the good stuff there. Yeah.
Another civil war over Bohemia.
Again, what are you guys doing out there? Oh yeah, let's see if there's anyone in my dungeon that I can get rid of. No, there's just like prisoners that have been there forever that I can't get rid of unless I execute. Fine.
Technically, I think you can get rid of them by releasing them.
You can, but you know. Where's the fun in that? Still, it looks like I'm going to end up with reasonable diplomacy. I mean, my martial in things are a bit dubious, but, you know. I think we might actually end up with lots of diplomacy. Is there anything that we can... Oh well, we're just going to have to leave you there until you... Oh no, that's bishop, I don't care. If you screwed up what a bishop thought of me. Can I build anything more in Middlesex? Really not. Apart from a castle shipyard, and I don't need that many ships. No one needs that many ships. I think I should leave.
Yeah,
My
that's all
vassal to-
inside Lusitania. isn't it?
Yes.
So
Yeah,
you can
and
do
there he
that.
is, he's done it. Jolly good. Yeah, my father didn't even live long enough to get a nickname. Honestly. Aha, I think I can give someone a 10-point cheering upness now. So, not probably you. Well, let's at least get started on cheering up Beorn Wolf by giving him a nice drop of Menorcan wine.
Well, Menorcan beer, apparently. Hang on, it comes from a vineyard. No, that can't be right. Okay, I'll say that it was definitely wine. Was that you inheriting that?
Yes.
Okay, you should probably
Put a viceroy in.
stick a viceroy in that.
Right, Aquitaine, let's find... So you're okay. You don't like me at all, probably because you want Killer Aquitaine. You kind of like me.
It doesn't really matter because I won't be able to get anything.
Oh yeah, good point, well made. Right, let's grant you the Viceroyalty of Aquitaine. There we go. Hang on. Right. Okay.
I don't know what you just did to the structure of your realm.
I have no idea either.
Someone who's that? Oh yes, it's England who's made it.
So he's now got the Exarchy of Aquitaine, which is fine. Right. Good old Gavelkind. Right, that's distributed some
Right, yeah, but
stuff.
it's great as long as it's not your realm
Stuff,
breaking
yes.
up. And most of the time it doesn't screw you up as long as you're cautious.
Yes. It's true.
Basically requires you to stick to only having one job.
And pretty much these days I do. I've got 2 baronies which will allow me to do maybe a couple of wars when I emerge from childhood. What I plan to do is do stuff like sort out my wedding if I can and pick an ambition, and then that'll be the point to stop. Before, and this is important, I go, I wonder what happens if we invade the Holy Roman Empire with 50,000 troops. 51,500
Probably
troops.
substantially more once you come of age as well. Because your
Yes.
diplomacy will go almost certainly go up. Your state
Yes.
diplomacy will almost certainly go up.
It's true. Well, most things will go up because also I'll
well,
get.
You're currently getting them from your regent.
Yes.
But you will, on the other hand, get your wife's.
Yeah, and I think my prospective wife is generally better than my.
And you get your own, which will actually be worth
Oh
having.
yeah. Well, some of it will be worth having.
Yes, your diplomacy should be alright, because you're being educated. Boing!
Right.
Boing.
So diplomacy, yes.
Because you become a grey eminence,
Right.
so despite
Despite being
hugely compensates for slow, you are fundamentally Claudius.
yes, my martial skill best. Yeah, let's best not to say anything about that. My stewardship is a bit. I can't engage in intrigue for shit. My learning is a bit.
Yes, you're not quite Claudius, because Claudius obviously has huge learning. I mean, I would suggest improving some attributes rather than, because I think you want to get those up to some reasonable. Marrying will of course improve the state of things as well.
Yes.
I know you gained a reasonable amount of.
Let's unpause long enough to
Get married.
From gain gold, let's gain prestige to offset the prestige I lost from marrying a baron. Right, so there are things that we can do there. Right, our state diplomacy has gone through the roof on account of the fact that I'm shit hot. My wife is shit hot.
Well, yes.
Because I'll get her half.
She
must.
Half of her.
Yes.
So you have 20, she has 20, and you have 23 from your.
Yeah.
Chancellor.
I'm getting a very considerable boost to my state marshal from that, and to my state stewardship, and to my state intrigue. A bit of a boost to my state intrigue. And reasonable boost to my state learning.
But you should not be allowed to get into any
Yes.
parts. Oh, actually, you can
Yes.
fix that written down.
I can, but if I do that, then that'll improve my state marshal. And it's probably
Your
better to
personal
equip.
marshal, yes.
And some of them also give me a
But
bonus to.
It will indirectly improve your state marshal, so yes. But yes, you don't want to improve your personal marshal
Until
until that ambition is
fulfilled, and then I put it all on, and that will take me up to about 10 or so, and then that makes it feasible for me to lead armies.
So is it worth letting time run to the end of the month? Or
Well, the downside to this is that, like, the running to the end of the month just means that
yeah, so mostly that will tell us what that see if that number changes.
changes. Yes, a terrifying new number that we get from having all this diplomacy.
Because that should improve everyone's opinion of you quite a lot.
Oh, good lord! Right. Well, I don't know what Duke Gergen's been doing, but right. Let's just check what factions are happening. That's still more or less as we left it,
Yes, they are more frugal.
and we will probably want to do something about that
Problem.
once we've scotched
New
one
month
of
is started,
those.
let's see whether that's changed to not very much.
Not much. But, you know, we've got like about another couple of thousand troops out of that, so it's not an inconsiderable thing to have done. I think it's time.
How much opinion boost is that phenomenal amount of state diplomacy getting you? So that's giving you plus 13 out of each of your
Out of my vassals,
vassals.
yeah.
And things should improve further if you can actually manage to have a child.
Actually, ooh,
Well, leave it there for now,
leave it there for now.
since you have to.
Yeah.
Improved marshal will also be helpful.
Yes. And I'll probably have children naturally anyway.
It does something.
That's true. And I think I do have some. I can always build some. I've got some things that boost my fertility, I think, already. So I think it's time to save and stop. It's 12:51,
Thank you.
and it's time to say goodnight, stream.